Hey everyone, so we are starting off inside today because I'm planning to put together this greenhouse right here that I'm hoping to use to overwinter some of my perennials. Now, I did have a greenhouse last year that I was planning to do the exact same thing with. The difference is that greenhouse last year was about 6 feet tall. I'll see if I can find a photo or video of it. I don't have a lot because it didn't last long, because the problem was with all of the wind we get up here, we had set up the greenhouse. It was weighted down to the deck, but the wind up here is so strong, and with the plastic covering on the greenhouse, it acted just like a sail, and it actually ripped apart the brackets, like the plastic brackets that held together the metal bars. So even though it was secured to the deck, it then just decided to take the top half and rip it off of my greenhouse. And so my husband had found it, he was bouncing around the deck, he brought it in. I realized that was not going to work for me. So last year I ended up taking down my dahlia tubers to the garage, which I'm gonna do this year, and then just leaving all of the other perennials up against the wall of our home to give them a bit more protection. But now I have some smaller plants in smaller pots that I also want to overwinter, and I like to try to keep as much up here as I can so that, well, one, I don't fill the garage with a bunch of stuff that we don't have room for of all my plants, and two, so I don't have to carry them down and then back up. So my plan now is to again use a greenhouse, but this time it's much shorter. So there's no real reason for me to have to go inside the greenhouse, which I could do in the last one. I could step inside and stand up in there fine. I just need a place to provide some extra protection for my plants throughout the winter. So this one I think is about, I don't know, maybe 3 feet tall. So anything that's tall, I won't be able to fit in it, but most of my plants should be short enough to fit. And why I think this one will work better is because the height of it is shorter than the walls around our balcony. So the wind shouldn't be able to pick it up. But I'm setting it up today because I want to get it outside without any plants in it, still supported to the ground for at least a few weeks to make sure it's not going to blow away before I load all my plants into it. Because when the wind took the last greenhouse, it knocked over and broke some of my plants and pots. So the plan is to get this set up, put it outside. I probably won't be moving any plants into it for maybe even like 4 to 5 weeks from now, because we're still in like the 50-degree temps at night. So I'm gonna get it set up, see if it blows away, and if not, I'm gonna use it for my plants. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this set up. I forgot where I got this from because I think I bought it in early summer, because when I get an idea in my head if I need something, I get it then instead of waiting, because I'm always afraid it's going to be sold out. But I'm going to see if I can find information on the brand inside. I also don't think it was that expensive. I think maybe it was like $40 or $50 for the greenhouse. But again, I'll see if I can find the exact information and post it down below if I can. But now, let's get this set up and then I will move it outside. Now, I think I've moved everything out of the way so it looks like the room is cleaner than it actually is. But I'm going to basically lay out all the pieces and then start putting it together. So the instructions are one piece of paper with the photo, no steps or anything. I'm thinking I should be able to figure this out. The pieces themselves are very similar to the other greenhouse I had. So little plastic metal brackets that tie all of the pieces together. Oh, and there's no brand listed on it. So I'm still gonna have to try to look that up online. So it's all put together with the frame. That was super simple. It took less than 5 minutes on my own. So now I need to put, well, I'm trying to think if I should put the plastic on first and then bring it outside and then put the plastic on. I'll probably put the plastic on, but also I'm gonna stand up in it so you can get an idea of kind of how tall it is relative to me. I'm about 5'4", and let's see where it comes to. So this is about hip height on me, so maybe like 2.5, 3 feet at the peak, and that should be perfect for the plants that I'm planning to store in here over the winter. So now I'm gonna put the plastic on and we will get it set up outside. So the plastic cover is now on. A few things I'm noticing. So there are these ties to hold it in place. I do wish there were a few more. So for example, there's one down here at the bottom of this, but then when you come all the way up, there's no other tie on it. And I just think that would make it a bit more secure. Also, the 2 ties at the top, so there's one here and one here. One side is on the outside, and the other tie, if I reach in here, is on the inside. So I don't know how I'm supposed to tie these 2 together. I've been trying to see, is there like a little hole or something in the plastic to stick it in, but I'm seeing absolutely nothing. So if I'm missing something, let me know. But I thought it was odd that both the ones on the top are like that. So I thought it has to be designed like that, but there's no way for me to connect these 2. So this should be inside so that I could tie it to the bar. So we'll see how well this stays on. But now I'll go ahead and drag this outside and get it set up. Well, it's outside and I am already nervous because I can tell when the wind blows, and it's not that strong today, but it does obviously like puff out the plastic parts. But I'm hoping, again, since it's lower, it's not taller than the walls here, that it'll just blow but won't move it. So we'll see how that does. Right now I just have it behind this chair, which we take the cushions inside for the winter, and then we cover up the little seating area right here. So I'll plan to leave this here. I'll need to scooch it back to like get in and out, but that shouldn't happen too often, and I'll just give it a little extra barrier there. Right now I just have like a bag of dirt and a bag, or in my actual like tub of soil to use again next year on the other side, just to weight it down a little bit. So we'll see over the next few days, well, next few weeks, how this does, especially if we get some stronger winds. If it does blow away, then I'm basically giving up on my hopes of ever having a greenhouse up here of any sort, but I'm hoping the shorter stature means that it'll stay in place over the winter and just give a little bit of extra protection to the plants that I have so that I don't have to carry them all downstairs. Again, a lot of the ones that I will put in there I did leave out completely over last winter, so if they lasted outside, hopefully they'll last in here. And then I have other ones like my roses and my 2 miniature blueberries, which I'm hoping I can keep alive up here as well. And I'll show you once I get to actually moving them in, again assuming the greenhouse stays here, how I'm going to put them in there and kind of give them a little bit of extra insulation, how I plan on taking care of them through the winter. But for now, it is still a nice and beautiful day outside. I might actually spend some time reading out here on the back deck. So thank you so much for watching. I will definitely update you on how all of this does, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, I also wanted to mention that I did spend like 15 minutes trying to find where I got this greenhouse from, and I can't find it. I know I didn't get it like on Amazon or Home Depot. It was a site that I've never purchased anything from before, and I feel like the word greenhouse was in the title. But I have found some that are similar on places like Amazon or Home Depot. I think I saw some from Wayfair too that are kind of shorter. So I'll link some of those below, but again, I have no idea how it's gonna work for me. So I can't say that, yes, I recommend these size greenhouses for my situation or not. But if you are interested, I have linked some of those similar looking ones down below.